All right, everybody, greetings and welcome to the third Vesper community call. Thanks everybody for joining. So here we are at T-1 week to the Vesper launch, and we've got a lot of really exciting updates for you. So with that, I'm going to pass it to Zane Huffman from our strategy team to help kick things off.
Hey everyone, I'm Zane. Thanks Phil. Thanks for being here. Afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Really excited with where we've been going with Vesper, coming up on the launch 1 week away. Everyone's getting pretty antsy, and we're really proud of where we've gotten to now. Today I'm here with my colleagues Jeff and Matthew, along with Phil. And before we get in, I suppose, a little bit of a housekeeping rundown, same thing as last time. This is kind of our way to more directly interact with our more engaged community members, users that want to stay the most up to date. This is a great way for us to kind of communicate a lot of the more lower level, more concrete information you may not see elsewhere. Then beyond there, make sure to stick around in Discord. That's kind of our direct line of communication. More information gets sent out through Twitter, Telegram, our Medium, our website, all that good stuff. But these calls in Discord are the best place to stay the most up to date and the most in the loop with all things Vesper. So to give a rundown for what we've got today, I'll pass it over to Jeff for a reflection on our beta to date, where we're at, how it's gone so far, and what we're looking at going into launch. We'll discuss the recent key announcements, what that means for you guys, and then we will get into some of the long-awaited information on our VSP tokenomics. Excited to share that with you guys. This is our first time really putting out a lot of the more detailed information that everyone is looking out for so that they can put together their strategy for the launch. We'll talk about the revenue model as well for Vesper. And then we will talk about how we do the transition from beta to main launch, when exactly that happens, what it entails for users, what you guys need to do to be ready. And then we'll end it up with some questions and answers.
So beta to date, been really pleased with the beta. Hi Vesper community, Jeff Garzik here, I guess CTO of Vesper and chief designer of several of the strategies. We had open beta initially starting December 22nd. So we're just maybe 6 or 7 weeks into it. And honestly, we are right about where I had hoped in terms of TVL. It's just been fantastic to have so many beta test participants. And right now we're, as of this call, topping 25 million and heading north from there. So the 3 pools that we have right now, they're all 3 are incentivized in terms of beta users will receive an airdrop on launch day that is proportional to the amount of their deposit multiplied over time or weighted over time. This is the fantastic result. So we've seen USDC and WBTC uptake in terms of around 7 million in deposits, but excuse me, perhaps in part due to one of the industry leading APYs on ETH, we've been really pleased to see a lot of uptake on the ETH side. Of course, ETH and BTC price increases recently has been also beneficial as well. And a little bit over 700 users willing to put a little bit of capital at risk in the beta pool. And I think that that risk will definitely be rewarded. So to date, the 3 pools have been performing as expected using the modular strategies, modular components. We've updated all these pools during the beta period to improve their APY and upgrade those strategies. All of that in a non-custodial, permissionless basis. So very pleased to see that progress. And of course, drum roll or rocket roll, please. February 17th is our save the date. We'll be launching the VSP token and the VVSP revenue sharing pool. On that date, we'll be delivering beta rewards and several other tranches that we'll describe in later slides. As a side note, I'll call on the community to give a name to the people who are our supporters. Is it Vesperians? Is it the Vesper Marines? We need to come up with our own Vesper name and title so that we can on February 17th trumpet the Vesperians as they take over DeFi. Speaking of taking over, I'll turn it over to my Vesper co-founder and partner, Matt, to take us through the next couple details.
Thanks, Jeff, and thanks for joining everybody. So we're super excited. We're a week out from launch and just fine-tuning lots of things as we get up that staircase to really open up Vesper past beta, take the beta tag off. But to date, having 25 million in the beta platform so far is really remarkable to see, and excited to see what's next. We announced our strategic partners recently, and we're really honored and humbled to have these partners as part of Vesper's journey. These are some of the most prolific investors in crypto and DeFi. And so not only did they participate in the strategic partner round, where we raised $2.5 million, we sold 1 million tokens at $2.5 per token. They had a ton of advice and insight, and we really collaborate and play off a lot of the experiences that we've all had in building new tokenized networks, and especially the new muscle group in DeFi. And quite frankly, a lot of our partners and advisors have been through a lot of the DeFi summer and fall, and kind of collectively, using a lot of those lessons learned to pour all that into Vesper and make Vesper as state-of-the-art as possible. So really awesome to have them all on board. So maybe let's go to the next slide. We'll kind of dig into some of the individual investors that participated as well. And these individuals are in many ways institutions of their own. Robert Leshner, the founder of CEO of Compound, Ryan Selkis of Masari, a lot of amazing data in DeFi coming out of Masari. Meltem Demirs, who's been a prolific investor in a lot of projects and platforms in crypto, just an unbelievable perspective to bring to the table. Ran Neuner. So Ran has just been an amazing kind of media crypto evangelist, and having him on our team helping amplify some of the messaging and helping on some of the community development, I think is going to be an amazing fit with what we got planned at Vesper. And then Trevor Kaverko, who was building Poly Math and now is building tokens.com, just an amazing entrepreneur in the space, and again, helping with the community and some of the other kind of business development activities. So everybody that participated is bringing something unique to the table, and it's great to have this group of folks with us. And then the next slide, we also have some. If you're on Twitter and you're on DeFi, you definitely know Chao Wang. Chao is a prolific thought leader in DeFi, saw around the corner early on a lot of the DeFi primitives, and used that to build a platform called the DeFi Alliance, which is an amazing incubator accelerator for new DeFi projects. And then Ian Lee. So I've known Ian for quite some time. Originally when he was at City Ventures, and then now at IDEO. Personally, I've always loved IDEO from the historic design centricity and how they've kind of poured that into tech and crypto and a lot of different verticals. So it's awesome to have IDEO on the team as well. And then Brian, formerly at Accenture, just a DeFi savant, just absolutely has helped us in so many ways. Just a great athlete, knowing the different permutations in DeFi and really staying on top of the pulse in the space of what's new. So again, between the strategic partners, the individual investors, and these advisors, we think we really, quite frankly, lucked out in being able to attract them to Vesper. And this is just the start. So when folks make these announcements, it is the starting gun. It's not like, oh, they're in and that's done. We have pretty rapid iterations in terms of asking them for advice and then kind of pulling on them for some of the things that we're thinking about adding to Vesper and helping shape Vesper as we move forward. So again, honored, humbled, and it's great to have these guys on a rocket ship. And then, so here, we're going to be announcing the tokenomics today. So you're having a slight preview to what's going to be posted on our Medium page. So Vesper's tokenomics, fundamentally, there is a 10 million token supply of VSP. That's the token, the heart of the Vesper system, kind of brings it all together in terms of our revenue model and how it operates. About 2/3, so 65%, is going to the community. First off, so that's an important piece. Majority of the pie going to the to incentives and reward market participants in Vesper, and I think that's it's a really important piece. What we have learned from other token economics and DeFi was to have a reserve, and that reserve is purposeful to maintain as further incentives for developers, for the community, and for other business development efforts to really grow the Vesper ecosystem. Not having a treasury, and we've seen some of the issues with other token economics where no dry powder, kind of limits how you can incentivize others. A big piece of our model is to provide incentives for third-party developers. They get a 5% cut of the revenue. And it's a really important piece to create those incentives and the alignment to the Vesper ecosystem. So really happy to have that there as a essentially a growth fund for Vesper. The rest of the token economics, so the 10%, the strategic partner round, which we just covered in the previous pages of those participants, and then the founders and advisors have 25%. So 20% to Block in the team, and then 5% to our advisors. A couple of points, and the detail of this will be provided in the Medium post, but some of the vesting and other dynamics. So the team vesting, I know that's an important one to enunciate and underline, flows out over 12 months, as does the advisors and the investors. So it goes out ratably 1/12 a month for the next year. And then just to touch upon the incentivized trading pairs. So there's a million tokens there that's distributed over a year, heavy on the first 90 days. And that's going to be pretty much distributed on an 80-20 split between Uniswap and SushiSwap. And we're also have a small allocation for Loopring. So that's the incentivized trading pairs, and the LPs have a pretty meaningful stake there to, again, make sure that the liquidity incentives are right, or as close to right as we can get them. Beyond that, the incentivized launch pool. So these are our 3 initial pools. These are the Vesper Grow pools. So you deposit ETH, earn ETH, deposit wrap Bitcoin, earn wrap Bitcoin, USDC, etc. And so those pools are incentivized with about a quarter of the mintage, and so it's a big piece of the incentive. And again, that is feathered out over the next 12 months, heavy in the first 90 days to kind of get that flywheel initiated. So that's a high level on the token economics, and more detail will be provided in today's Medium post. And it was really important for us to get the token economics out at least a week before launch, and so we're happy to be announcing those details today. And then just to again revisit the revenue model, the heartbeat, the core, the value creation of Vesper is outlined here, and this is the equivalent of like participating in some of the other let's look at the traditional world, a Vanguard or a BlackRock. When you participate and provide them with funds, you don't get a piece of their revenue or their fees. This is where DeFi, it really becomes a magical thing where you participate, you earn, you benefit, and then you get to stake against the fees that are generated in the system. And so that's a really important connective tissue between the users and the platform. And that's again, it kind of really encompasses the tenets of why DeFi and why this is disruptive, not only for the macro need for yield and generating yield and making your crypto work harder for you, but also participating in these systems and really benefiting from the fees that are generated. So just to follow the lines here, we have our 3 pools up above, and the fees that are generated against that are a 0.6% withdrawal fee and a 15% platform fee, essentially a performance fee. Block built the first 3 pools, so 5% of those fees go to the developer. And then fast forward, other developers building on Vesper get that 5%. And that's again an incentive for more strategies, more pools, more products, more innovation on Vesper. 95% of that goes into a treasury box, and all that treasury box does is take all those pool shares and buys Vesper on the open market, creating demand for Vesper's token. And then participants can stake against that and redeem their Vesper. So again, a very elegant and simple model, but very powerful as more products and more fees get generated, and the participation from the community really gets exercised and shows up in terms of their benefit in participating. So again, super proud of the design here, and really excited to see this getting exercised. And I'll pass it over to Phil to cover some of the things we'll be seeing over the next week and on the launch.
Right, yeah, so let's start with more news hot off the press. Is that I'm sure all, or at least most of you, saw some of the news that came from Zapper, that they just added support for the Vesper pools on the Zapper dashboard. Again, you saw that announcement today, and at least some of the credit, truth be told, lies with the community, which of course staged a voting campaign on their features suggestion page over there at Zapper. So good work, and we appear to have gotten some attention because some of you eagle-eyed folks in the Discord saw that we've started getting some integration questions from Zerion as well. So good work. One thing that you probably didn't know is that we have been for a few weeks now working with the good folks at DeFi Pulse to see if perhaps we could be up there on their leaderboard. And the latest indication is that we should start seeing us tomorrow. As early as tomorrow, it's getting pushed to production. And you should start seeing us listed alongside the other DeFi protocols. And that's a real chart that comes from their staging environment. And again, we, and I say all of us here on the call, those of us who have worked on Vesper and those of you, a member of the community, we all did that. What you see there, which is really great and really gratifying to see. And very soon, everybody else will see it too. We wanted to give a little bit of light under the door in terms of what the launch week looks like. So let's get back to DeFi Pulse. They have a sponsor unit known as the DeFi Pulse Drop. You may have seen it. It's basically on the surface, kind of a subtle treatment around the chart, but that links to a couple of places. One being a very, very in-depth piece analyzing Vesper, which will be featured the week of the launch, and also from their homepage, a link to the Vesper homepage, which is great. And then also you're going to see educational material about Vesper come from the DeFi Pulse Twitter account, their Discord, their Telegram throughout the week. Another great asset that we have is, of course, the combined power of the Vesper and Block properties. Between everybody that works on Block/Vesper, we're talking about 120,000 combined followers on Twitter. And of course, an established network within crypto, evidence of which you saw in Matthew's strategic partner discussion. This is all against the backdrop of continued outreach to DeFi communities and influencers, our own influencer network, again, as you saw a little bit earlier, trade and enthusiast media, and of course, noteworthy podcasts, YouTube channels, and that sort of thing, keeping up the drumbeat. And let me also say that, a lot of this help, we've gotten incredibly far with, a very small team. And so we're really, really excited to see how our community contributes to all of this. And we've taken some early steps in that direction. So again, a lot of you eagle-eyed Discorders may have seen that there is a new set of roles within Discord. And these three folks here that you see, Leonard, Michael, and Mikey12058, have stepped up and say, look, I want to be a part of this. I really believe in the project. And what can I do? And boy, do we have work for them to do. So Leonard is going to be handling community management during Europe-ish hours. We've got Michael on US-ish hours, and then Mikey is helping out with outreach and also to give more ideas around the creative treatment and how we pursue that aspect of the marketing communications. So this is something we're seeing, and we're going to want to see of course a lot more of. And as we grow as a community, there are going to be a lot more opportunities. I'll tie a bow on this discussion with the idea that in the comms marketing channel, we still have a bounty, a VSP bounty on creating a how-to video for Vesper. So please, anybody who is interested, hop in the comms marketing channel in the Vesper Discord and let us know. We'd love to hear what you have to say. And with that, I'm going to go into the Q&A. So it seems that looking at the Discord Q&A leading up to this call, it seems like about 90% of everything that everybody wanted to know coming out of this call is tokenomics related, which again, Matthew discussed at a high level, and very soon after this call, we'll be publishing on our Medium the details around all things tokenomics. So I think we do have one that just came in through the And let's see, I'm going to toss this one to Matthew. SL asks, is there a lockup period of tokens from the founders and partners and strategic partners pools? So you touched on that a little bit. Could you maybe give a little bit more detail on that one?
Sure, and then maybe you go to the token economics slide because it's good to just see that as a kind of voiceover that question. And so what you see here, the Vesper founders and advisors, the strategic partners, that whole pie cut out in blue, the 25-10%, that is distributed ratably. So the vesting is 1 year, 1/12 a month for the first year. So that's the distribution on that, essentially the team and strategic partners.
Great. And RBK asks, what will be the token price at launch?
It's a great question. I guess you could do the math and see that the strategic partner round was done at $2.50. We will likely be initiating the same price on the Uniswap pairs, Uniswap and SushiSwap pairs that we're going to be establishing at launch. And so that gives you a sense of, the starting point is the same as what the strategic partners participated in. So that's what we circled on.
All right. Next one.
So
how many?
I see another one from RBK. Great questions, RBK. Thank you. How many tokens are being sold during launch? No tokens are being sold at launch, and so the launch is we'll have liquidity in the two top dexes, Uni and Sushi, and so there won't be a sale. There'll just be participation on how the tokens are distributed and earned through participating in the pools. And so that kind of market dynamism and the market price will ultimately feather out and find its discovery through those kind of initial stages. So no sale at launch. We only did one small sale, and again, the sale was primarily centered around bringing in great partners and advisors to kind of amp up the team and kind of the start of this growing community.
All right. I do believe that wraps up the Q&A. So, anybody, if you want to keep in touch with what all we are doing, let me put this up here at the end. You all know to follow us at Vesperfy on Twitter. Medium is where you get a lot of our news and sort of in-depth analysis, especially. And I want to tip the hat to Mr. Zane Huffman, who started our Inside Vesper series. So you're going to see 4 articles this week talking about something very new, very unique about Vesper, and why we believe that we are delivering purely from an engineering perspective, something special and unique to the marketplace. News and updates will be going on Telegram. Right now it's notification only, but now that we have some community management help, thanks to Michael and Leonard, that's actually going to be opening early next week, so keep an eye on that. And then, of course, for more detail to the ultimate level of depth, you could check out docs.vesper.finance. And so with that, everybody, thanks for attending this call, and full speed ahead to February 17th. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.